Shokai Karate Online. This class is rated A for advanced. However, anyone can participate, see if you can maybe pick up some things. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to do self-defense. Now, of course, anytime you practice karate, you're practicing self-defense. But we know from an ancient book called the Bubishi that in the old days, karate was always practiced with two people. One person would attack, the other person would respond with a set response, and then they would work it back and forth to get good. And then over time, what people would do is they would take the related drills and put them together into a sequence. And when they didn't have a partner that they could work out with, then they would practice just doing the moves without somebody. And that turned into kata. Today, we do karate backwards, because what do? We teach you the kata first, just solo moves. And then eventually, if you stick with it long enough, we trust you enough to teach you the application, what we call bunkai. Okay? So I'm going to teach some self-defense today, and I'm going to challenge advanced students to do two things. The first one I'm going to tell you right now. The second one I'm going to wait till the end to tell you. The first one is, think about kata that you know that the moves that I'm showing could come out of. Black belts are going to come up with answers for every move, and they're probably going to come up with different answers from each other, and that's fine. That's actually what I want. So to do this, I'm going to have to visualize an attacker, someone who looks like me, who's about my own size, maybe an evil version of myself. So I'm just going to close my eyes and picture an attacker, and oh, dude, that's very realistic. Let's see, social distancing. Oh. Okay, so my attacker is going to grab me. We're going to start with a wrist grab. So he's going to reach across and grab a little. Can't be too safe. Now you might be asking, why would someone grab your wrist? Well, as beginners, you learn how to get away from a wrist grab. If someone grabs a hold of you, how to break the grip and get away. Or if they grab and pull, how you use your stance to keep from being taken away, and then use leverage to break loose from the grip, right? The first thing you want to learn is how to manage distance. So you either create distance or you take it away by sprawling or clenching. Okay? Control that distance and control the clock. When you've mastered that, you can win most fights, okay? But once you learn advanced techniques, you want to be able to subdue your attacker, not just get away and control distance. That can be exhausting after a while. We want to bring it to a conclusion. We want to win. So how can I get him to grab my wrist? Well, attack him by grabbing the goodies. When I do that, I guarantee you he's going to grab my wrist in one way or another. So probably, maybe he would throw a punch at me, and I would block him and catch him here like this, and catch the back of his neck will be a clench. And then from here I would shoot my hand down and grab the groin, and he would respond with the only hand he has. So what I've done is I've forced him to grab me in a straight wrist grab on that side. That's called clinch fighting. Now for the sake of demonstration, we're going to stay apart so you can see what's happening. But that's how I would force it from here. Go to the groin, you grab with one hand or both. Okay? And if I want to control that, then again, maybe off of a punch, through the punch, a blocking, capture his arm, and go in for the clinch here. Alright? And then go with my own free hand, and now I've controlled exactly which hand he grabs with, because he can't grab with this one, unless he knows how to get away from him. Okay? So, let's start with a cross wrist grab. So he's grabbed my wrist. Remember, I provoked it by going for the junk. And he grabbed me, and he's not going to let me do it. Okay? Now from here, what I'm going to do is quickly take note of what type of grab it is. This is a cross wrist grab. If he grabs with that hand, it's a straight wrist grab. And of course, he could grab them both. This is a cross wrist grab. From here, the first thing I'm going to do is trap his hand. I'm not grabbing it. I'm just slapping right down on top of his hand to trap it so he can't let go and pull away. If I grab, he can pull it away, and I can't prevent it. But if I just keep my hand generally flat and trap it, now he pulls away. It's much harder for him to get loose. The second thing is, I want to get away from the other hand. That's the dangerous one. That one's not hurting me too much. That one can. It can hit me, or you may have a weapon. So I always want to glance at the other hand to see what's going on. Okay? Now from here, I trap. I'm going to step away from that hand. Okay? That can look like nigodachi. It can look like kosadachi. Doesn't matter what it looks like as long as your feet are close together. Okay? If I'm way back here, I don't have the control I want. So I want to step and stay pretty close to him. Boom. So I trap here. I step up. Right now, my palm is toward me. Once I've got this position, notice that his forearm is horizontal, and this configuration of his arm is the letter Z. See the Z? That's what I want to get. This arm horizontal, my arm vertical, because if it's the other way around, he's got me. And that's not what I want. Grab, trap, step and circle, boom. Okay? There. Now I've got this nice and horizontal, and I've got the wrist trapped here. Now, I can grab with my thumb, and that works fine. And some people do it this way and take him down. Okay? I don't like to because when I grab with my thumb, it impedes. I can only roll so far. If I take the thumb out, I can roll, even without him, I can roll a lot farther over. I'm not pushing on his arm, I'm just rolling my hand over his arm and pointing my fingers down. So again, from here, I come up, thumb in the way, I can only take him so far. Take my thumb out, now I can roll this over and down. Okay? Boom. Shake, shake, shake. Okay? He grabs me, trap, step away, circle, here. Okay? If it's not working, I'm going to do what we call dog shakes bone. Dog shakes bone. I've gotten to here. Notice my hands are close to my center, not out here. I don't have any strength out here. You can get away from that pretty easy. I want to keep him in tight. And if he's not responding, as I'm rolling my hand over, I shake the bone, and that works every time. Partner care, where we run out of partners. Okay? Now, he may grab with the other hand. So if he does, this won't work because his arm bends that way and it doesn't do anything to him. So the same two rules apply. I want to trap the hand and I want to step away from the free hand. That doesn't differ. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to open this hand up like this and make a Y or a V, yes, and it's going to come up and capture there. So he grabs me, I grab him. That's what's going on. I trap his hand, I step to the side to get away from the free hand, I open my hand and I come up and I grab. Now I walk toward him and I roll the elbow over, and there's our old friend, Udi Tori, or Udi Yatami, okay? Then like that. All right? So again, he grabs a wrist, straight wrist grab, trap. I step to the side, I come up, and I seize a hold of his wrist from underneath. I don't try to pull him toward me. I go toward him, and I roll my elbow over. Okay? If he tightens up and I try to turn him here, I can't. But if I work toward him and put my elbow and roll over, I'm using more of my body. Okay? And then I can make him tap from here. Okay? The third way is he might grab with both hands. Okay, in this case, I can only grab one. I can't grab that one. I can only grab that one. So that's the one I'm going to grab. And I'll consider that the free hand, because he could let go and punch me. So, he grabs me. I'm going to still step to the side. I don't necessarily have to trap in this case. I'm just going to seize a hold of the inside of his wrist. As a distraction, a loosening up, I'll kick to the knee to loosen him up a little bit. As I step to the side, I'm going to strike palm heel to get his arm all the way out straight. Go ahead and take the other way so they can see. Doesn't matter if they do or not, we'll make them let go, but this one couldn't be able to see what we're doing. So this strike I'm doing is essential because if I leave that out, his arm may not straighten. And he's got pretty good control here. I'm probably going to lose this battle. So it's important that as I step out, I hit and drive his head away from me. It straightens his arm out. As I wrap it, I want to be above the elbow. I don't want to be down here on the forearm. You'll get right away from that easy. I want to wrap above the elbow like this and put my hand right against my chest. If you're wearing a jacket, grab a hold of the lapel. Okay? If not, just place your hand firmly here. From here, all I'm going to do is squeeze my shoulder blades together. Very painful. Okay? So again, he grabs. Let's go the other way. Okay? Tack that elbow for a change. Come up and seize a hold here. Kick as a distraction, step and strike to get the arm out straight. And I've grabbed here. See the position? Wrap high above the elbow. As I do this, I'm pulling him toward me this way. Because I may not have room, and I might end up above him in here, and he can bend his arm. And I don't want that. So I pull the arm out straight, and I wrap in here. Right there. Expand my chest, collect my shoulders, tap. Okay. So next thing, step 2, once you've learned those 3 techniques, 1 attacking the wrist, okay, and 2 attacking the elbow, then the next part is what we'll call reflex development. Reflex development is, we'll start off in the collar tie. This is a mutual thing. I grab his neck. And the collar tie, it isn't just to hook him with my hand to keep him from pulling away. I'm also putting the blade edge of my forearm on his chest to keep him from coming in. That, to me, is more important. If he pulls away and gets loose, so what? he didn't hurt me. But if I'm holding him here, and I'm not controlling with the blade edge, he can headbutt me. Boom. Fight over. So I block that movement with my forearm. The hook is holding the back of the neck. The forearm is blocking him from coming toward me, and he's doing the same thing to me. Boom. Now he can let go and punch me in the mouth. So in order to prevent that, I put my hand here, and I get my head in tight, and that's so he can't punch me with the other hand. My head's hiding. He can hit me in the ribs underneath, but if he tries to come over the top, I can just ride with him like that. Okay? He's going to grab my elbow too. We're kind of in a mutual position. No one has an advantage here. All right? Now, I'm going to go for the groin, and when I do, he grabs. First thing I do is identify which side this is. This is a straight wrist grab, not a cross wrist grab. So I'm going to trap the hand, step to the side, seize, roll over the top into a straight arm grab. Like this. Okay? And we'll do it again. So maybe switch around. If you actually have someone that you're practicing with, hopefully you do. And if you go the other way, I go. That cross wrist grab. So my initial action, trap the hand and step away. Circle, force the Z shape, the bend in the arm, like that, and take him down. Okay? And we would do this back and forth, and we would do it randomly, and you never know what you're going to get. But just for the sake of review, he's going to do a 2-handed this time. Boom. Okay? So I step, strike to get the arm straight, and I get a hold here, wrap above the elbow, and compress. Okay? Reflex development over and over and over. The idea is to get quick and to get smooth. A note for the partner. It's important that your partner be completely compliant, non-resistant in the beginning so you can learn the proper technique. Get everything in the right place and make sure it's working. He can give me feedback. If something's not working, he can either just tell me or point it out to me. You know, if I didn't get the arm fed through, maybe he'll feed it through for me. And I'm smart enough to go, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot that. Thank you. Okay? As we get better, he can start to offer a little bit more resistance. But be careful, because when you're attacking joints like the wrist and the elbow, it's easy to injure somebody. So you can't ever go all out with these. You always have to use some amount of control. The third part is what we call a flow drill. So the flow drill will take us a little further. I go for the groin, he grabs, let's go with a cross this time. And I trap, and I go here, and for some reason it's not working, okay? We know dog shakes bone always works. For the sake of the drill, I'm going to do it. He's going to go down and tap, and he's just going to stand back up, and I'm going to let him, okay? Because I want to go to the next step. Let's turn around. Pretending that that one didn't work, I'm going to switch this grip to here. Okay? I just slid it up and caught him here. Take this hand loose and put it at the elbow. And I'm going to take a step toward him and lift the elbow. And then I'm going to slide the other foot behind and continue to circle over the top and pull the arm out straight and roll over the top. Now this hand's going to switch from this grip with my thumb pointing up to that grip. And now I have a nice arm lock. Okay, now let's say he's fighting out of it and bending his arm and kind of straightening up. I have to switch this grip back to here. Now I'm going to let go with the other hand and feed it through and grab my own forearm here. And I'm going to turn into him. Now his elbow is pinned against my body. That's important because I don't want him to have any slack that he can move around or he'll get loose. So this is tight in here. Back up a little bit. Now I'm going to take him down. So I just step behind him, lock with that leg, and step forward. Lock him, get steps and he can't go anywhere, and take him right down like this. Okay? Now from here, I have a wrist lock. I just slide the hand down, and I lift, because notice he's laying comfortably on his back. I want to get him on his side, so I'm going to lift him up, and I get him on his side. Now there's a lot of weight hanging on his bent wrist. If I can press the wrist just a little, nice and slow, and then he taps. Boom. Okay? So I have a pretty good control there. Again, assuming for some reason it isn't working, no problem. I'm not going to let go. I'm just going to take the hand that's on my forearm and put it on my shoulder like this. And I'm going to step over with this foot. Okay? Now from here, I'm going to pin this to my chest, slip the other hand across, and I'm going to lay back like this. Now, one hand at a time, grab, grab. It doesn't matter which one, in any order. But in the heat of the moment, if I try to grab with both hands, it's possible that he'll miss and he'll slip away. So right now, gross motor skill, I'm just hugging tight like a mummy. One hand grabs, and then the other. Now making sure that his thumb is pointing away from me, I squeeze my knees together and I lay back. Okay? If you did all that right, your back will never touch the floor because he'll tap before you get there. In the heat of battle, you might forget some of it. You might end up clear back here and you didn't squeeze your knees. So hold his arm tight to your body, pull it up towards your face to extend it, and then lift your hips. Okay? I try to always make them tap without having to lift my hips. That means I really did a good job. But if that doesn't work, you can always lift the hips. That's a long drill. Let's do it again. I go for a groin grab, and he grabs cross wrist first. Now he may not. He might grab with a straight wrist, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go through the whole sequence. Trap, step away, circle, okay? Circle, and I got a wrist grab. Take him down, boom, and just back up. Pretend it didn't work, grab here, hand to the elbow, lift the elbow, step behind, pull the arm out straight, and he taps. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now pretending that didn't work and he's able to fight out of it. This hand lets go, feeds through, catches my own wrist, and turn toward him right away. And make sure that his elbow's pinned and trapped to my body. My elbows close together. Step, step, step. Down he goes. Okay? Now this hand is cradling his bent wrist. This hand's on my forearm. I'm going to lift him up lot of uncomfortable pressure. Now some people, notice if I bend this, it's not doing much because it's stretching these tendons and muscles out, but not all the way up to here. How do I get it to stretch out through there? Bend the fingers. Okay? Now from here, it's not working. I can't find the place. He's thrashing about. I feel like he's going to get loose. No problem. Don't have to adjust the hands. I just let go of the forearm. Shoulder, like this. This one crosses two. I've got him contained here. Step over. Right over his head like this. Sit back. Just like that. One hand at a time. To the wrist. Lay back. Make sure you squeeze on the elbow. Okay? Let's say at the beginning he grabs with a straight wrist grab. Now I'm going into reflex development. I have to know what to do, don't I? Trap, step, come over to the top and go right to here. He starts to fight out. As he does, I reach through here. And I fold the arm. And we go for the takedown here. Let's say he grabs with two arms. Okay? I got to remember what to do. So, same thing. Step, strike with the arm straight. Go for this one. Tap, tap, tap. Let's say it's not working. If he's able to bend his arm, as he does, I switch my grip and come right into here. And then step through, take him down. All right. So, first part, learn each individual technique. Second part, reflex development, so that you can very smoothly react, not have to think too much about it, do it quickly, efficiently. Third part, flow drill. Put them together into a sequence, so if one doesn't work, you go right into the next one. Or maybe you have a particular outcome that you're looking for. So I want to get him, say, in a straight arm walk. But he grabbed me this way. Well, I really want the straight arm walk, but I can't go directly to it with the cross wrist grab. So I have to go here first, and then immediately, now I've got the straight arm grab that I wanted. Okay, maybe the whole plan all along was to put him on his back on the ground. So I went to here knowing that he would never let me even get that far. And so when I get about here, and he's fighting it, and it wasn't smooth enough, then I transition to here. And take him down this way. So it's kind of like a game of chess. I always want to be a step ahead of him. Okay. Well, I said there were 4 parts. The 4th part now is up to you. Remember I said I wanted you to look for katas that you do that have some of these moves in it? The next thing I want you to do is make a kata. So that's your assignment. I want you to practice it, preferably with somebody if you have someone to practice with. Then I want you to create a kata. And I want you to put it on Facebook, on our Facebook page for Kosher Kai Karate. Share it. Hopefully they all look different because all of us are different. So what he's going to think of and come up with to represent the movements might be very different from what I would come up with. Okay? Post your comments if you like this class, and we'll see you next time.